Hey, what's up? It's your gal Selector. I'm back at it again. So today I'm just going to be doing the post-fight reaction of Kell Brook versus Terrance Crawford. For those who don't know, Kell Brook and Terrance Crawford went at it today. And congratulations to Terrance Crawford for the fourth round TKO victory over Kell Brook. It was an outstanding win. It was a really good win. It was a great performance by Terrance Crawford. Showed you his poise, showed you his technique, showed you how excellent of a fighter he is and why he is ranked number one pound for pound boxer right now in the universe. So let's break down the fight. All right. First round came out. Kell Brook performed pretty well, I must say. Like very poised. It was an interesting fight because Terrance Crawford's the type of fighter who basically needs to feel his fighter out. So he's notorious slow starter. So it takes him a while to get started. You see what I'm saying? Basically, he's the type of guy who comes in and it takes time for him to actually go out there and actually just basically perform at the level he needs to perform at. So basically, he's a notorious slow starter, I must say. Like, so basically, the fight started and they're filling each other out. So basically, each boxer is just kind of shifting around, trying to get a feel for their opponent, to say the least. So that's basically what went down. I would say the first round, and Kell Brook was basically the more busier, active fighter. So he was hitting with more jabs. He was not hitting more jabs, throwing. You know what I mean? He was more active, and basically Terrance Crawford was trying to figure him out, just basically feeling him out, as Terrance Crawford usually does, to say the least. Terrance Crawford, like I said before, just a notoriously slow starter. So first round came, I gave Kell Brook the first round. He was more active, he was more accurate with his hit. Terrance Crawford wasn't really throwing that much punches. He was getting a feel for the fight, and Kell Brook was able to get him that first round. Second round comes in. It's kind of a little bit of the same, but Terrance Crawford starts to get a little bit more busier. He starts to get more active. He starts to throw more punches. He starts to, shift around, look around, see where he can, But Kell Brook is hitting him with the jabs, hitting him with the uppercuts. Kell Brook is just very technically sound. That first round, Kell Brook was extremely technically sound, to say the least. Kell Brook had a really great performance. Kell Brook came and showed out and showed why Kell Brook is, an elite fighter and one of the top fighters. You see what I'm saying? So I gave Kell Brook the second round. Terrance Crawford did pick it up, though. He started to show more of his jabs, but he wasn't landing as much. Kell Brook was landing more, shots. Just he was doing a lot more. Terrance Crawford just couldn't figure Kell Brook out in the first two rounds. And on top of that, like I said, so fast forward, boom. Now we're into the third round. Third round comes. That round was very interesting. Terrance Crawford picked it up. Kell Brook and him were matching, going back and forth, tit for tap, just basically throwing hooks, throwing jabs. They were both going out there. They were just executing. They were boxing, basically. They were boxing, to say the least. You see what I'm saying? And basically, to me personally, I think Kell Brook had that third round. Say what you want. Some people, oh no, Crawford. No, Kell Brook had that third round. But what happens? You know what I mean? Rounds are rounds, right? Fourth round comes. Now the fight changes. The fight basically shifts up, it changes, and what happens next? Terrance Crawford gets what he does. He does what he does. He understands what he has to do. He shows why he's pound for pound. He shows the championship pedigree. And basically, Terrance Crawford just all of a sudden picks it up, catches Kell Brook with a sweet right hand, hits him like right around the equilibrium, right around the flush in the face, around the eye area, around that forehead area. And Kell Brook loses equilibrium. Kell Brook starts to stumble back. He stumbles back. He literally almost falls out of the ring. Referee has to grab him. And then Terrance Crawford comes in there with some flushes. Referee grabs him and then says, wait. That's a knockdown. That's a knockdown. I'm not going to let you kill this guy. That's a knockdown. Boom. That's a knockdown. Okay. Boom. Then Terrance Crawford comes right back at him and just starts to flush and go flurry in on him. Once he starts to flurry in on him, that's when you start to see the fight shifting. That's when you start to see, boom, the referee comes out of nowhere, fight is done. Just like that. You see what I'm saying? Some people say, oh, early stoppage. I don't think so. I think, honestly, the stoppage was right. It was accurate. I think the stoppage made so much sense. The reason why it's made so much sense is just because of the fact that the referee did the right thing. Personally, I don't think I mean, Kell Brook had what it took to continue on in the latter rounds. I think Kell Brook's his you know what I mean, he was woozy, his mind was shifting all over the place, and basically the ref did what he had to do. You see what I'm saying? You got to protect yourself at all costs. Referee doesn't want to see nobody lose their life in the ring. Terrance Crawford shows why he is undisputed pound for pound the best boxer in boxing. And salute to Terrance Crawford for that. It was very quick. The fight ended extremely fast. And basically, it is what it was. You see what I'm saying? Like, Terrance Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter for the right reasons, I must say. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like people need to understand that, people need to respect that, and people need to understand why Terrance Crawford is a pound for pound and was the last true undisputed boxer in the game of boxing. You see what I'm saying? What's next for Terrance Crawford, though, after this excellent victory over Kell Brook? I would like to see Terrance Crawford obviously fight Earl Spence, Earl Spence is obviously the marquee fight. Everybody wants to see that fight, Another great fight that would be good for Terrance Crawford. I would say Danny Garcia, just because of their history in the amateurs and, the smack talking that went on when they both were pro, and, the comments that Danny Garcia's father said to Terrance Crawford, something I know Terrance Crawford keeps in his mind, and Terrance Crawford obviously wants to prove his point on why exactly he is best boxer at the 147 division. So I think Danny Garcia would be an excellent fight for the two of them. I think they're two really good fighters, and I think they two would put out a really good show. Another great fight would be Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao has he has one of the titles. You see what I'm saying? WBA, WBO title will be on the line if the two fighters were fighting. So I think Manny Pacquiao and Terrance Crawford would be a really good fight. I think Terrance Crawford would definitely show out and try to make sure he could take out the legend in Manny Pacquiao. Say what you want. Manny Pacquiao is a legend in this sport, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, this guy's, he's out there performing at a high level with his performance versus Keith Thurman. I must say it was one of the better performances in the sport. Who else can he fight? This is a tough one. I think, Sean Porter is obviously a really good fight. Supposedly that fight was supposed to happen, but it never came to fruition for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I think Sean Porter and Terrance Crawford would be a really, really good fight. Like, personally, I think it would be one of the better fights in the sport if the two of them could just go at it and show what they're capable of doing and just show the boxing world why they box. And I think basically the style Sean Porter has would be a very interesting style for Terrance Crawford, just because I think Sean Porter is the type of guy, he's like a true seeker. Like, the way he fights, he'll bring out the dog in you, because stylistically, the way he's so rugged and the way he's, he's mushing fighters, and the way he's just all up on you and whatnot, and the way he goes hard, like he goes in when he's boxing. You see what I'm saying? And personally, I think that that would be a really good fight. I think Sean Porter would definitely show out, and I think Sean Porter would show out, but I think Terrance Crawford could edge him out, just because of Terrance Crawford's ability to, he's go from, regular to southpaw. He could do a lot of different things. He knows how to shift. He's a good shifty fighter, and stylistically, he's very, very tough. A lot of people find him very awkward and unorthodox. And I think, just look at Kell Brook. Look how he was able to switch over to southpaw, and he became so unorthodox. There was a point where Kell Brook was struggling to land anything in the third round. He was already starting to see the difference and stuff like that in Terrance Crawford. So I think Sean Porter would struggle, but I think it would be a really good fight. I think Sean Porter would bring the best out of Terrance Crawford. Another fight that could happen as well is versus Keith Thurman. Terrance Crawford definitely can fight Keith Thurman. I think Terrance Crawford and Keith Thurman would be a really interesting fight. I think it would be a great fight to say the least, just because of the fact that both fighters have a really they both are very tough. I think I think Keith Thurman's a really good fighter. Say what you want, even though he lost to Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman did have that layoff and whatnot, and Keith Thurman was coming in the fight very, very cocky. He was doing an excellent job of selling the fight. And I think the fight was amazing, to say the least. I thought it was a really good fight, very close. Manny Pacquiao did deserve to win. He edged him out. So to Manny Pacquiao for that win right there, So I don't know. It's good. It's interesting, to say the least. Like, I think both guys can do a really good job. And I think both guys would be able to show out and just basically show what they're capable of doing if they were able to go out there and, go out there and fight. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like Terrance Crawford and Keith Thurman. It would be a really interesting fight, to say the least. I think personally, Terrance Crawford to me, hands down, is pound for pound. Like, he won at 140. He cleaned out the division. He got all the belts. He moved up to 147. Like, he's just a really good fighter overall, man. Like, what can I say? Like, he's just really, really talented, really, really good. I think, he's just really good, man. Another fight. Who else can he fight in that division? Like, I think I've said some of the top premier guys. It's sad because the unfortunate part is the premier boxers in that division basically are at PBC. So it's kind of like, in order for him to actually get those fights, he's going to have to leave Top Rank and go over to PBC. And I really like Top Rank. Like, I like what Top Rank's doing as far as them teamed up with ESPN, the production, the showcase, the appearance, everything about that fight. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the aesthetics behind the whole entire fight. I like the way they went about everything. And to me personally, I think Top Rank, I think Top Rank could do a lot of, I think overall, I think it makes a lot of sense. You see what I'm saying? I think that fight, him going over to PBC makes a lot of sense, just because of the fact that all the great fighters I mentioned over there, the Danny Garcias, Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter. Those are like the 5 best welterweights right now in the division. They're all at PBC. So it's like, he's going to have to cross over the street, He's going to have to go over there. Even Floyd Mayweather wants to come back. He's involved in PBC. You know what I'm saying? Even though Floyd Mayweather claims to be retired, he's chasing exhibitions and money fights. You never know. Maybe the right amount of money, will make him shake. You see what I'm saying? I think the right amount of money will definitely make Floyd Mayweather come out of retirement. You see what I'm saying? Will he? I highly doubt it. He's probably going to fight those exhibition fights. I've heard he was tied in with the fight with Logan Paul and, Conor McGregor, Khabib. He's doing straight money-making fights that make the most amount of money, make the most amount of sense. You see what I'm saying? You saw the fight that he put out with Conor McGregor. It was a spectacle. The shit was entertaining, to say the least. So it's kind of like, it's interesting, to say the least. Like, I must say, it's a very interesting, to say the least. Personally, I think Terrance Crawford definitely should go over to PBC, unless Bob Aumann's ready to throw a big bag of money at these guys that I mentioned. Sean Porter's, Keith Thurman's. I think Terrance Crawford should definitely go over to PBC. I've heard Canelo Alvarez he's just switched over to PBC supposedly, and he's going to be fighting, with PBC guys over there. So it's interesting, to say the least. I must say, it's interesting. The welterweight division is loaded, So what can I say, man? The welterweight division is loaded, man. There's a lot of good fights over there, There's a lot of great fighters, a lot of good fights over there. Personally, like I said before, salute to Terrance Crawford. Kell Brook showed out. I wish he could have lasted a little bit longer in that fight, but It is what it is. Referee did the right thing, stopped the fight. You know what I mean? Made sure that this guy doesn't, lose his life or get seriously injured in these hard times we're in right now. So I think that was a smart decision by the ref. Some people might not agree, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said. So Terrance Crawford wins, fourth round TKO over Kell Brook. Congratulations to Terrance Crawford. He has a lot of options next. We'll see what transpires. We'll see who he fights next. All right. So listen, it's your guy El Selector. I'm live in the flesh. You see what I'm saying? Check me out. I got more content coming. I got a lot of heat on its way. So check me out. I got more live streams coming. I know also I'm going to be doing the Danny Garcia versus Earl Spence, December 9th, I believe it is. So I'm going to be doing that fight as well. I'm going to definitely do a post-fight reaction. I might even do a live stream during that fight. We'll see, depends. But definitely for sure the post-fight reaction is going to come up. I'm also going to be doing a lot of NBA stuff. I got the NBA season, so I got the NBA draft, the NBA free agency, and the NBA start, which is happening December 22nd. The draft is coming up, free agency is coming up. So there's a lot coming up in the sports world. I'm going to be doing that. I definitely got a lot of stuff coming. I got a lot of content coming, man. I'm not just doing boxing. I'm not just doing one thing. This channel, I got a lot of stuff coming. So definitely check me out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I got vlogs also coming, by the way, too. I just want to make sure I let everybody know, put this out there. I got some vlogs coming. I got some travel vlogs coming. I got some mukbangs coming. I got some all types of content. I'm going to have all types of stuff coming. So definitely check me out. I got discussions, talks, just everything. You name it, I got the whole, the whole 9 yards coming through, Definitely expect a revamp for this channel. It's going to be coming up soon. So I'm going to have more stuff coming, but yeah, definitely just keep following your boy. Shouts to everyone out there that supports, everyone that likes, subscribes, everyone that's been supporting me. I'm definitely a new YouTuber, so definitely I'm just starting up, so I'm just cooking, but you're gonna start hearing about me soon. I got more heat coming, so trust me. It's still early, it's coming, but when I pull up, when I'm coming hard. I got a lot of stuff coming. So just definitely support your guy. All right. Thank you guys for everything. The year is dwindling down. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy the year. Enjoy the holiday season. And more content coming. Also, I'm going to do the post-fight reaction to Shakur Stevenson. He's going to be fighting in a week or two. So I'll definitely have that coming out as well. I'll definitely have, like I said, that Earl Spence, Danny Garcia. That's going to be going down in Dallas, Texas. I got a lot of stuff coming, man. I got a lot coming. So I'm going to be doing the post-fight reaction, may do a live. We'll see. NBA draft. You already know, Raptors Nation. Shouts to the whole Toronto Raptors. You know what I mean? That's my squad. That's you know what I mean? That's my team. So I'm going to be doing the rest of the NBA as well. I'm going to be continue with the Champions League stuff. I'm going to cook up some stuff with the Champions League, travel vlogs, everything. You name it, the whole 9 yards. All right. I'm not going to keep rambling. Anyway, so it's your guy, El Selector. I'm signing out. All right. Peace.